guys. So I'm doing what you asked for and doing a beginner's yoga quick 30-minute session. This is Milo. He'll come in and out. He's deaf, so he just wanders around wherever I am. But anyways, so what I wanted to do today was just go over a few of the poses that would be really, really simple for you to do at home any time of day, as many times as you want to, whatever you want to do. I do have some music going in the background that just kind of helps me a little bit. There are times where I completely want silence when I'm doing yoga, and the majority of the time I want some kind of music going. What you will need is a mat. If you do not have a mat, try to find a surface where you will not slip and slide. Because you want to have a good grip, a good foundation, solid foundation. Also, you want to have a block, like that one right there. I prefer the cork or another harder surface than the foam blocks, just because it's better on your wrist. It's more sturdy. The foam blocks tend to give a little bit, so there's a lot of movement in your wrist, and you don't want that. So that's my preference. If you don't have a block, try to find something hard and steady, maybe a few books or something like that to kind of stack on top of each other to bring the floor to you when we're doing some folds, when we're doing some balancing things. Also, I have a blanket. You can use any kind of blanket. And I have a bolster. Now my bolster, you can use a pillow, but here's what it looks like. And these, we may get to today using those, but those may be in another video. And I do have a strap too, but we won't do that today. There'll be another one too. So these are some props that you can get. Breathing technique that you use during yoga flows is inhale and exhale through the nose. Rarely do we breathe through the mouth. So inhale and exhale through the nose. And if you have, I know right now allergies are really, the pollen's really high, so there's a lot of allergy issues, and sometimes it's difficult to breathe through the nose. Just do the best you can and do what your body's telling you to do. If there is any pain during any of the poses, back off. There will be, discomfort in some of the poses, but there should be no pain. If there is pain, then let me know, because I know sometimes people have issues with their knees, or when they're doing down dog, it's a little too hard on the wrist. There's some other poses that you may just need an alternate way of doing it. So reach out to me and let me know if that happens. But if there is any pain, back off. You do not want pain. Like I said, discomfort, yes. Pain, no. That I'm missing. Oh, there are two resting poses. One is child's pose, and the other is down dog. Child's pose, I'll do that right quick. So your knees are hip width apart, and you want to bring your big toes together in the back. You should be able to see that. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see the rest. So your big toes are touching, and you want to sit down on your heels as much as possible, and then walk your hands out. And if you can, have your forehead. I told you he's getting older, so he wants to be right with me. So right there, buddy. So you want to push the hands into the floor. Palms can be raised just a little bit. And see if you can bring your head to the mat. And the goal is to have your bottom on your heels, okay? And this can still be an active pose when you push into your hands. See, if you don't push in your body's not going to touch the heels. If you push in, it's going to relax just a little more. So this is child's pose. Come to this pose anytime you need a rest. It is still working. You are still breathing. It is very beneficial. The other resting pose that we do quite often is down dog, and a lot of people don't realize that that is a resting pose, but it is. So I'm going to go ahead and go over it real quick, and then we'll get into some Surya A's and Surya B's, which are also known as Sun Salutation A and Sun Salutation B, which are very, very common in all flows. So down dog, you want to plant your hands. You can come into tabletop position, which would be the easiest. Arms are shoulder width apart, so your shoulder, elbow, and wrist are in line. Suck in the belly button. Tuck the tailbone. See, this is arching. You don't want that. You want to flat back. Okay? So we're going to pull in that belly button, engage it. Knees are hip width apart. So hip and knees, and then 90 degrees. Okay? So push into those front hands. We're going to tuck the toes and lift the knees, and then push back in to down dog. You will hear me say every once in a while, your drishti is at your thumbs, or your drishti is at your navel. That is your focal point. A lot of times when I get into a flow, I close my eyes. But I always make sure that I'm facing the direction that I'm supposed to be when it comes to my focal point. So your drishti here is your navel. So that means your chin to the chest. Push in to the hands, fingertips. You're going to suck in that belly button and fold. Okay? Now, if this is your first one, you can pedal it out. So you're going to lift the heels. And your goal is to try to push that tailbone up to the sky. And roll those shoulders back. And the arms, the triceps are rolled in. So we're trying to push everything away. Okay? Your heels may be off the mat, which are fine. Until you get a little more used to it, they're going to be off. You have tight hamstrings, you have tight thighs, tight legs. It's going to be a little while. So now we're just going to lower the knees back down. Go ahead and take a child's pose. So take those knees out wide. Those toes are touching in the back, and then just push down. You can also have your knees together for this, so you're sitting on your thighs, or you're laying on your thighs. So these are your two resting positions if you need them, or resting poses. Okay, so slowly walk the hands back up, and we're going to get started. And I apologize because Milo is laying right at the computer, and you may hear him a little bit through this. So I'm going to start over my, let's see what flow it's to. So we'll go ahead and do some flowing. And we're going to come to mountain pose. So you come up to the front of your mat into mountain. You can have your feet a little bit apart, but the goal is to have those two front big toes, they're in front. But your big toes touching. Your knees can be touching, ankles can be touching if you can get your heels. My knees hit before my heels do. So it's kind of hard for me to stay like that. So I have to have mine apart a little bit. still have my big toes touching. So you're going to tuck in the pelvis, tuck in the belly button, roll the shoulders back, and arms down by your side, and palms facing your thighs. This is Mountain Tadasana. Okay? So this is where we're going to start out at. So we're going to come to the top of your mat in our mountain pose. Push down into the mat like you're trying to push it away. So you're engaging the legs, engaging the quads. Rolling those shoulders back. And we're going to take our hands to heart center, which is prayer, when your palms are meeting in prayer. And you can gently close your eyes. Take a few gentle breaths here. And I'll give you a little secret. When you're super stressed, anxiety has kicked in, you feel very overwhelmed, maybe it's just an onset anxiety attack or anything like that. If you close your eyes and inhale deeply and exhale deeply and really focus on your breath, you will quickly calm down. So this is what I want you to do in this moment. As you inhale, pay attention to how your breath feels as it enters your body through the nose. And on your exhale, do the same thing. How does your body feel as you let that breath out? Continue to focus on that breath. Inhale, open the eyes. And exhale, release the hands down by the side. On your next inhale, we're going to raise the arms above the head. And that drishti is going to be when our palms meet. And we're going to look at our thumbs. Continue to inhale, reaching for the sky. And exhale, the arms out to a swan dive down to the mat. Now here, you can come to the tips of your fingers. If you can inhale, suck in that belly button, and fold the chin to chest. Continue to breathe. Inhale, flat back. Hands can be at the shins or fingertips to the mat. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat. We'll take that right leg and step it back. Take the left leg, step it back. If this is too much for you to be in the plank position, you can come down to your knees. Either way, we're going to slowly tip forward on the inhale. On the exhale, we'll slowly go down to our bellies. Now here, you want palms beside the shoulders, elbows back along your sides, and the shoulders rolled back. And we're just going to gently lift the chest off of the mat. The good way to know you're doing it is to lift your hands off the mat as well. Plant the hands, tap the forehead, push up, tuck the toes into down dog. Remember here, suck in the belly button, drishti is at the navel, pushing into the mat with the hands, pushing down into the mat with the feet. And breathe. We're going to be here for about 3 to 5 breaths, depending on how short and long your breath cycle is. So 2, 3, 4, 5. On the next inhale, I want you to look up in between your hands. Take that right foot and step in between the hands. And then bring your left foot. We are in flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly come to standing. As you're inhaling, the arms above the head, palms meet. And exhale, down to the side, mountain pose. Kamasiti. That is a Sun A, or a Surya Namaskar A. Okay, I'm going to face this way so you can see it from this position, and I'll turn when we are going back. So inhale the arms above the head. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step the right foot back, then the left foot into plank position. Inhale, tilt forward. Exhale, slowly go down to the mat. Inhale, flip the feet, lift up into up dog. Exhale, fold those feet under into down dog. 3 to 5 breaths. If you've lost your focus, pay attention to how your inhales and exhales enter and leave the body. Engage the core. Engage the thighs. One more cycle of inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to look up. Take the right foot in between hands and then bring the left foot in for flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rise up. Arms above the head. And exhale, mountain. So, that is the Sun A. The best thing to do is do those 3 times in a row. Okay? Then we're going to do a Sun B. The Sun B, we're going to come into our chair pose, Utkatasana. So inhale, the arms above, out, as we sit down. Now here, I want to show you something. Toes are together, just like in mountain. Try to get your heels together and your knees together. Okay? So when you push back, your chair can be here. It can be here. Okay? Whatever is comfortable for you. But I want you to watch when you tuck in, how everything lines up in your back and it's more straight. That's what you're looking for. So you want to tuck in, tailbone, engage the core, roll the shoulders back, and make sure you can see your toes over your knees, okay? Or you can see your toes, not your knees are over your toes, so you want to come back. If you're sitting back in it. And exhale, we're going to fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the right or left back into plank. Lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Difference here. Inhale, lift that right leg and plant it in between the hands. So you're in a lunge, a low lunge. We'll take that back left foot, turn it to 11 o'clock. On the inhale, we're going to rise into warrior one. Okay? So your body's like this, 90 degree with the front leg, 11 o'clock with the back foot. Hips in line to the front of you. Arms above the head. You're going to tuck that tailbone under again. Okay? Usually the whole time during yoga, you want to engage that core. I remember when I first started, I was just doing the poses and would forget to engage that, and I would just let it go. It does a whole different, get a whole different feel when you engage everything. Okay? On the next inhale, we're going to turn that back foot to 90 degree. Keep that right leg at a 90 degree. Arms out to a T. And the hips are parallel with the wall side, or parallel with your mat. And breathe. See if you can go lower. And inhale up. Cartwheel the hands down to frame that front leg. Take that right leg back. So you're in plank. Tilt forward, lower to bottom of push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Do the same thing on the left side. Inhale, left leg. Plant it in between the hands. Turn that back foot, 2 o'clock. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Tilt pelvis, engage the core, shoulders back, and drishti to the ceiling. And breathe. On your next inhale, you're going to flip that back leg to 90 degrees and arm out to a T. Chest is open. Inhale, cartwheel the hands, frame the front foot, step the left foot back. Tilt forward, lower to bottom of a push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We'll take 3 breaths here. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, look up in between the hands. Step that right leg up. Then the left leg. Flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, chair. Come right back into that chair. And exhale, mountain. Back to our mountain Tadasana. Big toes touching. On the inhale, we're going to sit back onto our heels and raise the arms. Tuck the tailbone in, tuck the belly, engage the core. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Hands at shins or fingertips. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step the right foot back, then the left foot into plank. Inhale, tilt forward. Exhale, lower to bottom of push-up. Inhale, up dog. And your knees can be off the mat or on the mat for this. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg, plant in between the hands. Turn the left foot 11 o'clock and inhale, warrior one. Tuck that tailbone. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Back left foot, 90-degree angle. Arms out to a T. Tuck that tailbone in. And dristies at the tips of your right fingers. Inhale, the arms cartwheel. Take the right foot back. Plank position. Inhale, tilt forward. Lower bottom of the push-up on exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg in between the hands. Turn that back right foot. Inhale, warrior one. Engage the core, shoulders back. Inhale, back foot 90-degree, arms out to a T. Warrior two. Try to split, like you're pushing the front hand and the back hand into the wall. Inhale, cartwheel the hands. Exhale, plank the foot. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, lower bottom of the push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We'll take 3 cycles of breath here. 1. Push into those hands. Fingertips. 2. And 3. Inhale, look in between the hands. Step the right foot forward and then the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. And exhale, mountain. Okay? So, that was B. And we have done A. You can do each one of those a couple times in a row. I would do A 3 to 5 times. And then B, I would probably do about 2 or 3. And that will get you kind of going in the mornings or to de-stress a little bit. But those are 2 very common flows that we use during yoga. But like I said, you get up in the morning, you can run through a cycle of the A's and then run through the cycles of the B's, go into a child's pose, and you're good. Next thing we're going to do is after you do your some A's and some B's, you want to do a balancing pose. And this is where your blocks can come into play. Okay? The blocks, you have, this is the stage 1, stage 2, and then stage 3. This is the lowest, okay? If you can't do a lot of forward folds or bending all the way to the ground, start off at 3, okay? If that's too high, go to 2. If that's still too high, go to 1. If you don't need it, you don't need it, okay? Everybody's at different levels. So we want to do a little bit of balancing. One of the easiest things to do with a balance is you want to start off with your hips, with your legs, hip width apart. Okay? You want to lean onto your right side, and we're going to take that left foot back. Inhale the arms above the head, and we're going to lean over to that block while we lift the left leg. Okay, you'll point the foot, flex. Flex is really good for your knees and everything. So flex, and also keeps your hips in line. So we're going to take that left arm out and the left leg. Drishti can be at the floor or out in front of you. Same thing here. Keep that core engaged. Exhale, bring everything down. Forward fold. Inhale, lift the arms above the head as you come into mountain pose. And exhale, release. You need to shake it out a little bit, you can. We're going to do the opposite side. So move that block over in front of your left foot. You also can hold on to it if that's better, because you're not really sure where you're going to land. Perfectly fine. So if you want to hold your block in whatever position that you need. The one I just did was on 3. I'll do 2 this time. So holding the outside long edge. So all the way into the left foot, pick up the right foot, and as we hinge at the hips, we're not going to fold over with our back. Hinge at the hips, straight flat back, plant the block, lift the right leg, and when you can, bring out that right arm. Foot is flexed. Belly in, and continue to breathe through the nose. Exhale, bring everything down. Forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up. Arms above the head. Drishti to the thumbs. And exhale, mountain. Shake it out. It's an easy balance, okay? With or without your block. So you want to take a seat, legs bent, have your block close by. You want to have your heels about hip width apart again. Okay, this is a good core pose that you can do, but everyone is at different levels. So like I said, don't get intimidated by anyone else. But the goal here is to feel your abs engaged, not your quads. Okay? So we're going to lean back, get the flesh out from underneath the tush, arms out by the sides, facing forward, shoulders back, the back is straight. And we're going to lean back and then lift the feet off the ground. If this feels good enough for you, engage that core strong, or you can lift your legs. Me, this feels like it's in my quads right here, in my legs, more than my abs, so I lower just a little bit. Continue to breathe. Inhale, exhale, release, bring the knees to the chest. Take a little breather. And we're going to do that one more time. Maybe. Watch out. No. So, feet on the floor, arms out, belly tucked, lean back, lift the feet, and find your spot. And continue breathing. Inhale, exhale, release, knees to chest, hug. Now we're going to take our block And I would start off on the lowest setting, 1, and then kind of go from there. You don't have to use your block, but if bridge is something you haven't done before or it's been a while, I would start off with using the block. Right? So I'm going to leave mine on this side so you can see. And slowly roll down to your back. Bring your heels close to your glutes. Arms down by the side, palms facing down. On an inhale, you're going to lift your hips off of the mat. Push into the heels. Grab your block and place underneath the sacrum, right there at your tailbone at the end of your spine. And relax. Lower your hips down to the block. You can stay here, or you can push back on an inhale, lift the hips, and go to the second setting. So you just flip it one time and relax. Let's stay here and take a few breaths. Now you can stay here or you can go to the next level. So on an inhale, push into the heels, lift up that hip, take the block out, and hold as you push into the heels. Continue to breathe. Another step is you can intertwine your fingers underneath your back. You have to roll your shoulders in. Now this is a big chest opener. On the next inhale, we're going to push into the heels again. Those of you that have the blocks can reach under and take the block out. On the exhale, slowly lower the hips to the mat. Inhale the knees to the chest. Curl up in a little ball. You can rock side to side. Give that back a massage. Exhale, lower everything down. Take your legs out to the sides of the mat. Let your feet fall out. Arms out to a T with the palms facing down. We're going to lift the right leg, have it bent, and twist it over to the left side. So your right hip will come off of the mat as it falls over to the left side. Twists are really, really good detoxifiers for your body. If you think about it, think about your body being a dish rag, and when you wring it or you twist it, it loosens all that stuff up inside and gets rid of it. Inhale slowly back to neutral. Take out that right leg down to the mat. Inhale the left leg. And exhale, twist to the right. Like I said again, I'm still not full on my left side, so it's a little more difficult for me to stretch out that side still. And you can look to the left when you're stretching to the right. And you can look to the right when you stretch to the left. The more twists you have involved, the better detox you will have. few more breaths here. Inhale back to center and bring in that right leg to meet the left and fold into a ball. Exhale, release everything. Palms facing up with arms out to a T. And your feet will slightly fold over to the sides. And the best part is Shavasana. Eyes are closed. Relax the face. And you can hang out here as short or as long as you would like. Take one big inhale through the nose. And we're going to exhale through the mouth, so it'll be audible. And exhale. Open the eyes. And let's go on to the right side as we push ourselves up to seated position. And hands at heart center. Eyes closed. And thank you for my very first video. It's going to be choppy. But I thank you for having some interest in it. It means a lot. Nowhere near where I would like to be in my practice, but that is why it's called practice. Thank you. And as we say, my light sees your light. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you.